So the setup for this thing is fantastic. If you just want an all-in-one wagon stroller that fits 2 kids, I know they make a 4-kid version also, but no need for extra accessories. It's just ready to go and has everything you need. Folds up nicely and fits in the back of a car. So if that's what you're looking for, this wagon works great. What I wanted to show in particular was how to set up the seats, because the instructions are pretty lacking in terms of the instruction manual, and videos online seem to cut the moment they start putting the seats in. So here's what I've learned. The seats have one strap that's required, which is here. That goes over and then feeds into this hole. And then there's one strap on the other side, or sorry, on the bottom underneath this bag. So once I feed this through, you can see it here. So there's that. Now there's one hole down here, and on the inside, the seat is going to pass the other side of the buckle through that, and it fits through there. So in the back of the seat, right here in the middle, is the other end of the buckle, which I'll feed through here. And when that's done, this is now attached safely. So that's what they mean by feed the, I forget what they call it, mesh. I think this thing is the mesh through, sorry, this is the mesh fed through the hole. Done. And this says bypass the horizontal bar, which is this. So that's what all those words mean. It was not obvious to me. Nothing to do with this in the back here. And these, there's lots of little buttonholes here that you could feed through as well, but that's not what is required. Okay, so that's the inward facing seat for one of them. The other side now, this is the outward facing seat. A little bit different setup. Obviously, there's nowhere to buckle. So I skipped the hooks, or the side parts. That's easy enough. That's obvious. Just clip them on the sides. It seems done, but then it talked about a mesh going through a hole and bypassing a bar. That's what it meant. The outward facing seat, same deal. Flip it around, put the hooks on the bar on the outside. You can do this fancy setup where it folds down the arm, and there's kind of like a little footrest area for a kid in the front, maybe if they're smaller. Obviously, they would have their legs on top of this larger box storage container. This can pop off also if you wanted to. I think it's just a literal, just pull it out, and then there's some Velcro. But here's how to get into this position. Let's get this out of the way. So there is some Velcro here, and then we can pop off that thing. So the first step is to unzip the sides here. So there's both sides have a zipper. Undo that. You could just shove it down below under the seat. That totally works. This bar comes off with a little pull here and there. You can chuck that inside. You can keep it attached here if you want, the way it was before. Let's see, other side. So you can keep it there if that's how you want to keep things connected, and store that inside the wagon. Or you can leave it here like a handlebar. Might be concerned about a kid bonking their head or something. It's pretty hard, just the metal frame. But you can also flip the handle either up and out of the way, or like I showed before, drop it down, not all the way there, but the first click, and then slip this around there, and you can attach the straps or the snaps. I think there's some undocumented stuff happening, like, I don't know, these Velcro straps here. I don't know what they're for. It connects over to this side. I don't know what it does. I think there's a lot of leftover stuff from like older versions of these wagons, but yeah, that's basically how it connects here. You'll notice this setup has the hooks attached to the back frame here. There's nothing supporting the back here. It's pretty free to flop around. So what you should do is take this Velcro on the back. You have to have the snack tray for this part. Take the little cup holder bits, this strap, fold this one down, and then reattach that there. Now this is attached at least to the snack tray. A little bit more support, not a whole lot, but it's there. Same on this side. And there you go. You can do the same on this one, so they could both be facing out, or you can just push it and start walking as expected. Unlock the brake, good to go. So I wanted to show the setup for the seats because this was very confusing to me in terms of the language and the instructions. Videos online didn't help. I did see this nice little setup, which is pretty cool. Obviously, yeah, now you can put this back if you wanted. This setup, which has a mesh bag on the bottom, just a little storage on top. You are supposed to attach these Velcro straps to the bar, which they don't really give a way to do it if you do it in this setup. But if you got rid of this inside here and then put this back, well, you could just remove this completely and attach these Velcro straps to this bar here. That's what I think what you're supposed to do. If this is in place, just snap it back in. It itself attaches with Velcro to this bar right here, but it gives you a little hole to access the pole. So if you wanted to, you could fit this through both times, get the Velcro to attach to the bar and have your bag on the front, and then the kid's feet could kind of rest on top of that box. So another option, again, question mark on this one, don't know what it does. And then kind of question mark on these underneath here. One final thought, a neat little setup is to make this seat facing you as you walk in the same way that I did the other one, but then you can unzip this bag if you want to keep it. You can get rid of it obviously, but you can also hang it on the handle. So it gives you an option to set this up with the zipper here. So anyway, lots of different configurations. You could figure out all the combinations of setups to get this working. There we go. So now you have this bag here. It's kind of just dangling, which is awkward, but it does work. And you can get it off of, whoever's sitting in this seat facing you. They could have this out of their way, or it's just going to swing and hit them. But either way, you do need to get this bag moved somewhere else because this kid's going to face you. So where does this go? Maybe inside the wagon or attached to the handle. So that works. You can also have the other attachment across here, the accessory, if you wanted to. But don't forget to attach the Velcro on the back here. And then what they mean in the instructions, get this one buckle fed through over the bar. And then there's another one on the bottom that goes through a hole. So hope that helps. It was trouble for me to get the seats set up, but this is how it works. Both positions, inward and outward.